Hey, Rade, you got a second here? You might be able to tell us a little bit of a story. I just saw a whole bunch of kids. Just take this off so we can hear you okay. I just heard a whole bunch of kids shouting out you being a hero here.
Well, tell the kids thanks a lot. And anyways, when I first started painting, it was in 2006 where I first started doing graffiti. These two gentlemen named Noah and Quentin, they did graffiti for a long time, longer than I have, and I was interested in the work, so they showed me some of their work, and I was like, pretty cool, you know, maybe I could try something myself. He's like, yeah, man. They're like, yeah, man, try it out, you know, it works for every person, you know, even a kid can do it. And then so I went home and I drew my first piece. It looked okay, but you know, it wasn't my best, but I kept working on it. And through that tag that I did, I just kept working through, you know, my hand styles. And soon I started doing things like tagging and stuff. I tagged around the neighborhood with a marker and stuff, and you know, wherever I could, just to express my inner being. And from there on, you know, I started to get respected a little bit. You know, I got a little bit of a reputation from some of the kids that lived in my neighborhood in Florida. And so far, you know, I started working on bubble letter styles. And, you know, I thought, wait, you know, this looks kind of cool, but let me, you know, sort of experiment with it a little bit. And I started doing them, like, separate, you know, and they started trying to make it look fancy and, like, you know, creative, kind of like a cloud, you know. Sometimes it separates, sometimes it stays close together. So I thought of clouds and started creating with this idea. And that's how I came up with the bubble letters of my latest smash piece, which is here. And like through that, you know, I just started, you know, I kept on practicing this bubble letter style, and you know, then it turned into a masterpiece, you know, the more I practiced on it. I started making like the lines near it separate, and then I started adding things on the outside like spikes and, you know, bubbles in the background, you know, and then I started working on piecings. Right after I started experimenting with the different throw-ups I was doing, I decided, hey, why not start on pieces? So, like, you know, I started, you know, seeing letters, like basic letters which people could read, you know, like hedging instead, you know, and oftentimes I started working, you know, with different angles on those letters just to make them look more fancy and stuff, and I started adding arrows, like accessories like arrows and stuff like that, and that's how I came up with this piece.
And this is what you're painting today?
Yeah, right here.
Now you're at a school in Toronto, you're talking to a cop here.
Yeah.
You live in Oakville. How did you meet me?
Well, I never really believed there was illegal graffiti because of all the controversy about it being gang-related so much in the United States, like on their opinions on graffiti. And like, you know, so far I always thought negative and thought I wouldn't succeed in life and that, you know, I wouldn't make it, you know, in this world, you know. And I always thought, you know, negative comments to myself. And I did more, you know, negative things like fighting and lying and arguing. And, you know, so far I want to stop that now and get back into painting. And I've gotten into trouble with a lot of, you know, students because they picked on me just because I was Canadian. And, you know, and I felt very hurt because of that. And I even got into fights with some of the students. And it was really horrible, you know, just to go through all the shit and all the tragedy that I've been through there in that school. And
so what leads you to actually stand here at a school in Toronto doing legal graffiti art on BMX bike ramps with a Crime Stoppers youth cop?
It's what I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to do events like this. But like, you know, the first time I saw this legal graffiti art idea was when I moved back to Canada. I tried searching it up, and then I actually found your channel. And I looked through that channel, I watched all the videos, and I was really interested. Maybe I could do something like that. And, you know, and like when I was in like, you know, Florida and stuff, that's when I was really good at painting back then. But ever since I moved back to Canada here, you know, I did mostly sketching, and somewhat my can control, you know, didn't improve that much because I couldn't afford the cans.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do desperately was paint.
Now, if there's a politician out there in where you're living right now that hears this video, what's your message? Are you going to continue to vandalize the community?
No. I think, you know, these opportunities, you know, give me a chance to express myself, you know, and my inner being. And the message I have to all the politicians out there is do something positive with it. Try leading it to a positive direction, you know. Graffiti is art. You just don't view it as art.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Look forward to your finished work today. It's Rade.
Your fans! Your fans! I know your fans! I haven't seen you.
What do you guys think of Rade's piece there?